Right now?
Yeah.
Hey guys.
Hi. Hi.
So I'm Bryce Pappenbrook. If you don't already know, actually I'm Cherami.
My name is Bryce Pappenbrook.
I like that name.
I'm a voice actor. At opening ceremony, I forgot to say I'm a voice actor. I'm just like, hey, I'm Bryce. What's up? Come say hi to me. And that was it. And I just walked out.
Really bad about that too.
Yeah. Not great at those opening ceremony chats.
I thought it was good.
But I am a voice actor. Couple titles I've done. I'm Reno Kumara in Blue Exorcist.
Yes. Woo! Say it loud, say it
I'm
proud.
Maso Mikita in Durarara.
Woo! I love that.
And Kirito in Sword Art Online.
Woo! You're awesome.
Among a lot of other titles. And one new title that just came out on the 1st. My character's name is Lest, and it's in a game called Rune Factory 4. If you have a DS. Yeah, it's like a cool game. You get to farm. Which is always fun. Yeah, it's one of those farming games.
It's like farmland for a DS.
It's Harvest Moon, yeah.
Okay.
So you farm, you make crops, and then you fall in love. What everyone wants to do.
I mean, that's my dream life.
Me
The
too.
ideal life. So check that one out.
I really do want to
Lest.
play that game now. I love DS games. That's like my thing. I'm Cherami Lee. Side note, when he was talking about opening ceremonies, seriously guys, we agonize over opening ceremonies.
Oh, really?
Like
Aw.
that is the most like petrifying thing in the world for us.
Yeah.
And Ashley Burgess, that was a girl I went to school with. Ashley Birch and Anthony Birch got to slip out.
Yeah,
And
they
they're
snuck out.
like, bye, we gotta go to a panel. I was like, because we're always scared. We don't know what to say. And
We love
yeah, anyway.
And those lights.
Oh, those lights. I mean, I actually like the lights because I can't see
Yeah.
anybody, so it makes me feel less comfortable.
Yeah.
But like,
I like them too.
I just can't. It makes me so nervous. I forget everything. I'm like, who am I? I don't know. I am a voice actor and an actor, and I play Asuna in Sword Art Online. Lucy. Lucy. Thank you very much. Lucy in Fairy Tale. Awesome. Okay,
Yes.
Cool. Patty and Soul Eater. You guys watch Toonami.
I did. You know it. Soul Eater box set.
That's awesome. I also worked on Black Butler and I'm J. Michael Tatum as well. Changing my answer.
I like that
I'm also
too.
Jay Michael.
Yeah, together we are J. Michael Tatum.
Yes.
It smells
I want to
fantastic.
be J. Michael too.
Because he does. And I also was Gage in Borderlands 2. Awesome, thanks guys.
course.
So much better about myself. Where were you guys for opening ceremonies? I would have just been like, these people know what I do and they can talk for me. I'm scared of people. Oh, sweet. But yeah, yeah, hey, awesome. You were probably, like, I would have loved to have been playing League of Legends being like, I'm at opening ceremonies in spirit, and I don't, it's like giving a speech in front of, like, your peers, it's, like, horrifying. At least with, like, voice acting, they give us a script, and we're in a box.
Yeah, you're in a box.
Yeah.
That helps.
And nobody, you can pretend no one's watching you, which most of the time they aren't. They're just, like, concerned about what you sound like.
It's a bubble.
It's a bubble.
Yeah.
But when you're there, you're like, oh, I'm suddenly aware that I'm a human being, and there's other human beings staring at me, and they're like, be funny. And I'm like, I don't know what funny is. I have to have funny written for me. What?
Freak out and be alright.
There we go.
That's what I should have done at opening ceremonies. I should have gone up there and been like, hi. Oh my god, I hate it up here. That would have been better? Jeez. Well, now I know. Okay, cool. But yeah, this is a
That's
sort of
my next
online
one.
panel. We should just do that together. Just be like,
At the same
my
time.
name is Bryce Pappenbrook. No! Oh, God! I can't do this. That's what we have to do. Next convention we're doing together, Bryce. I think it's next year.
Oh my god.
There's a bunch. It's cool hanging out with you.
Aw. I want to hang out.
So, yeah, if you guys have questions for us, yeah, we might as well open it up.
Let's do it.
Sword Art Online or whatever. Start right here.
All right. I don't really have so much a question as I have a request from Miss Cherami.
Okay.
And I apologize if I get this a lot. In Miss Neesock's voice, can you say the word rule and roll your R when you say it?
Yeah, sure. Just say rules. It doesn't have to be a line.
Yeah.
Okay. Rules. I actually have only gotten that. One time.
Which character is that?
Neesocks. She's it's in the show Panty and Stocking with Garter Belt.
Okay.
It's a very colorful show. Seriously, it's really bright and colorful.
That's the least.
Do you smell something burning?
I know. That's what I said.
The handicap bathroom? Okay, cool. I was just like, what is on fire?
I thought it was just me.
They were on fire. That would not
We
be
were
very
just
fun.
at a con that had a fire emergency, and they had to evacuate everyone in the hotel.
Due to spray painting in the hotel room.
Yes, don't spray
do
paint
that.
stuff in your hotel room. It's not good.
Look at what John just texted me. I told him Dante was gonna be here. My fiance had texted him and I said Dante's gonna be here, and he played Rufio in Hook. My fiance just texted Rufio. It's so good. But yeah, no, that show it's very colorful. Both in the colors, it kind of is like it's very colorful, like Invader Zim. They're all very bright colors.
Oh, yeah.
And so I said it's like Invader Zim and Powerpuff Girls, and I looked at the pictures, and then I heard it. There's like so much language.
Oh yeah.
My character is the only one who doesn't cuss in the show, and she uses Tatum-esque words, like
Nice.
very, very eloquent words. But yeah, their weapons are like there's panty and stockings, so their weapons are their panties and their stockings.
Very
I
nice.
like where this is going.
And then my character is Neesocks, so she's like stockings, like counterpart, the Anarchy Sisters and the Demon Sisters. And they're angels fallen from heaven. I'm one of the demons, so red. Yeah, that's me.
Okay.
I look like an angry unicorn. Yeah, so I don't cuss, but my stockings are my weapons, and they turn into like dominatrixes when they transform.
Nice, gotta love that.
Yeah, absolutely. That's always what I love to do.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's that show in a nutshell. It's really funny, and it's really fun. Everybody's really cool in that show.
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right, next question.
Kind of for both of you, say the VMMORPG actually exists. You guys are gonna participate in something like SAO. Though you can't be Kirito and you can't be Asuna.
Okay.
So of the characters you've played, who would you want to be?
So wait, we're gonna take one of our characters into the game,
Yeah.
or we're gonna pick
One
another
of the
character?
characters that you've voiced.
One of the characters that we voiced.
But it can't be.
You're not Asuna and you're not Kirito.
Okay. Yeah, that would be good. Do they have the same powers that they kind of have?
They had in the show.
That they have in the show?
Takes the dawn.
I know. I have a lot of choices.
Set things on fire.
Yeah, if I have Rin, I can just set things on fire. No
Yeah,
one will
that's
come near me and
convenient.
it will just burn.
That's convenient.
Yeah, Zidane would be awesome because, I mean, yeah, he's a monkey. He's got 2 blades, dual wielding.
A monkey with 2 blades?
Yeah, can't mess with him. Okay.
That's
and then
awesome.
As Gallant, I mean, he's a baller. Yeah.
He's a baller.
Yeah, I don't know. That's one of those 3. One of those 3.
How about you, Sharon?
I think I probably just pick somebody. The first person that came to mind was Gage in Borderlands, because I mean, like, she's a nut. Like, I feel like she would either probably be really reckless, and that would either pay off, or that would be horrible. Kind of like how you play her in the game. It either works really well for you, or it doesn't. But she'll be like loud and obnoxious and quirky funny about it, so that would be cool. Yeah, this brilliant writing by Anthony. So funny.
I was hoping you were going to say Shauna. Sorry.
Oh, see, Shauna would be really cool too.
Yeah, it's a tough question.
Dang it. The other redhead with the sword, which I tend to play a lot. Apparently I'm typecast. Apparently I have a sword, I just don't have red hair. Does it sounds like
Hi.
Hello. Little mice trying to come in.
Yeah.
Good question.
Yeah, that is a good question. I haven't heard that one.
I know. I thought it was gonna be if we were gonna be in one of those games, would we do it and how would we respond?
Yeah.
You can answer that though.
Yeah.
Fail miserably.
Yeah, I would charge and be killed right away.
Yeah.
I would actually probably like hang back for a little bit and like try to train and like get some. Yeah, like do the little mini games. I always love those. They're pressure free. It's a good time. If you win, cool. If you don't, you just do it again. But yeah, no, I probably would not be very good in a battle. I don't know. Maybe I would. I don't know.
I would die right away. Leroy Jenkins. That'd be me. All right. Right there.
Okay, I have a question for each of you. Bryce, because I know you were a Henry in Fire Emblem Awakening. Did you ever actually play? And who'd you marry Henry to if you did?
I haven't played that yet. I don't have a DS.
Aww.
I really need to get one because more and more titles that I've been working on. No, that's Tales of Graces where I have a love affair with Richard. I keep getting questions about Graces, like, can you confess your love to Richard?
And I'm always there for that. So I'm trying to like place these characters.
No, this is the one. He's a character that's just sort of addicted to blood. Yay!
Oh,
blood!
Okay.
Yeah,
He's the best person to make a Noah husband. It's like the best conversations ever.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've seen some of the gameplay and some of the lines. Yeah, awesome. But I really need to play that.
And for Cherami,
Yes.
what is the biggest prank that has been pulled on you? Because I know you come from the land of pranks.
I'm pranked often. I think probably one of the most memorable pranks involved a mannequin named Manny. He's a mannequin that they have dressed up in all of this blood gore. He looks like he is in the throes of apocalyptic land, and he has this like Hannibal Lecter mask. Like, he's a horrifying dude. But he was they put him in the back corner of my booth, so when I walked in, he would just be like in the shadows, and so when I'm recording, I would just be like having this like man watch me, which is really unsettling. I don't like that. But I walked in, and my director and my engineer weren't there because I was early. So I walked in and I turned on the lights, and I never turned my back to that back corner. So I just shut the door and I sat out front, and I was like hanging out. And then the engineer, who's this very very tall man, Justin Houston, he walked in and he was like, and I said, "Are you okay?" And he goes, "I just had yeah." Because they were all in on it, but they forgot. They did it the night before, so when I came in, it would be like set up. It was like they'd been planning this.
Who was the ringleader?
I don't know who was in essence the ringleader. I think it was like the group of them. It's Brina Palencia's brother who owns this mannequin, Gino
this explains
Palencia.
everything.
Yeah. But I don't know if Brina knew about it because I told her about it later. And she was like, "Oh, Manny. Oh, that's hilarious. That's a great idea." Yeah, thanks. But it was his mannequin, and so I think like all of the directors of all the studios were in on it, and they were like, "Well, we want to do this. Who do we think would be the easiest target that will respond, that will like freak out the most?" And I was, well, it backfires on them. And I was like, "Oh, okay." So the director, Chris Casing, comes in, and he often calls me Baby Cherami because another prank involved. I've been acting since I was 5. Another prank involved finding a headshot of me as a child and sending that around the office. So whenever I went in to record, I'm greeted by a little munchkin image of myself. And then they would like minimize it, and every time the tape didn't work, they're like, "Baby Cherami was sad that didn't work," and like bring it out. It's like, thanks guys. So Chris Casing calls me Baby Cherami, so he walks in and I opened the door to go into the booth, and he could see Manny in the corner, and he forgot it was there, so he was like, "Baby, Cherami, there's someone behind you!" And I turned around, and I like didn't know, it scared me, but I was like shocked by it, so I didn't know how to respond, and so I guess like my fight or flight response, God, that's hard for me to say this early in the morning, and it's not early, that kicked in, but I have a weird response to things like that, in that I said, "Oh, I love you," and went to hug it. So I don't know why that worked. So I hugged the mannequin, and everybody was like, suddenly like all the directors come and they were like, "Did she see it yet? Did she see it?" And Kaysen and the other directors, they were all like filing in. I think Bevan's was there, and Mike was there, and Tyler was there, and Zach was there, and Joel was there. And they're like, what happened? Did she scream? Did she scream? And they were like, "She hugged it." And everybody goes, "God, Cherami." Jeez. I was like, "Wow, I'm sorry. You wanted to terrify me. Your plan was foiled, and now I'm the bad guy? Let's talk this through, kids." And so, like, but I started thinking about it as I was recording, and it bothered me the whole day. I was like, so if I'm ever in a situation of like a serious traumatic thing, somebody's holding a knife, like my response is gonna be like, "Oh, this person just needs love, and everything will be better."
They won't know what to do. Those
yeah, exactly. Disarm. I went home.
I'm out. I can't.
Yeah, pretty much. What is wrong with this girl? But I told my mom, I was like, "So Mom, I'm disturbed that this was my response." And she was like, "Well, your grandmother said that when you were like 18 months old and we were like walking through the store around Halloween, she took this like hideous wolf mask and put it on her face. And they just thought I'd like, I don't know, maybe be funny. And so I was just like, "I love you." And I was like crying. My grandmother was like, "Oh honey, it's okay, it's okay." So apparently that's just like my response to
You
things like
associate
that.
scary stuff with grandma?
Yeah. I love you. I know.
Awesome.
But like she said, and everybody said, yeah, every time you see something scary, like in a haunted house, you'd like, and I hate it. Like I just get so stressed out, but apparently I just like, I feel like if I hugged them, it might be better. I don't know.
They won't kill me if I hug them.
Yeah, they won't hurt me if I just tell them I love them, right?
They'll change their mind.
Dang it,
I don't know if that would
yeah.
work out too well.
Like, what would be great if he like lays down his sword, he's like, when I was a kid, I just like had all these like issues, and my mom never told me that she loved me, and I'd be like, yeah, I
love you too.
would. Be awesome. So yeah, that's probably the best prank, just because it backfired on them.
So if I ever make it to Funimation, I gotta prank some people.
Yeah, I'll
Hi, I'm
help you.
Bryce, and then start pranking.
Yeah, you'll fit
You
right
wear a
in.
Sabbath.
Sabbath is the king, and I
Oh my God, he is.
I'm like at a New Year's party. Brina's husband Paul Wingo and Chris Sabat together. With Brina, it's like a horrible combination. Like you won't make it out of that prank
It
alive.
really does.
Tatum knows that well.
Yeah, I know.
Well, Ian told me they were at a convention one time. Ian got locked out of his own hotel room, and they were like emailing people through his computer, and like, I mean, it's serious business. So I'm always like, I don't want to
That's
do
dangerous.
it. I don't know. I guess I'm too easy of a target. They don't care. They're like, she's just gonna say she loves people and hug them. It's so boring. That's fine.
Takes the crosshairs off you.
Yeah.
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 You're not the target anymore.
Any other questions? Yes.
Yeah, okay. Out of all the characters you guys have voice acted or played on live video games and whatnot, what's your most favorite and or compelling character you guys played? For each of you.
It's a good question, but I cannot choose.
On an opposite then, is there anybody you've ever had a really hard time building into? You felt like was like the complete opposite to you?
Usually the ones that are like totally different from me, I get so excited about because normally people don't think that I can play them because they're so different from me that when I get cast and I get to do it, I'm like, yes, I'm like psyched to do it because it's something that I've generally probably always wanted to do to prove to people that I can do it. I have a very underdog mentality towards things. So I don't think, like, the ones that are just like me, I'm like, oh, we'd be best friends. And the ones that are totally different from me, I'm like, this is the only time that I'll ever get to be a badass.
So like for one of your characters, if they scare you, instead of saying I love you, you beat the living crap out of them. So instead of that.
Yeah, if there's a character that was like, that would be an awesome like villain. It was like a little doll. It's like, I love you, and then kills people. I'd probably be like, this is meant for me.
Yeah, there you go. Just wait. you'll
Yeah,
get
like
one.
people just be like, what is wrong with that? And then that's when I attack.
I'm kind of the same. I just find something I have similar with the character, or I kind of make something up in my head that I have similar to the character. So I always find a way to become that sort of character. So I don't know. It's always tough when I get that one. Like,
Yeah.
which is the most challenging? They're all challenging in a different way, but I always find something to relate to them and kind of get me to that point, and then it's just fun. All right. I don't know who was next.
We'll go here first. All right. For both of you, what is the most memorable blooper you've had in the booth? You're right.
No, because it's just like every day. There's about 20. So I can't even remember
I know,
them
right?
all. I don't.
It's so hard to like describe like bloopers because unless you're like there and kind of watching it, they're just not as funny unless you're there in that moment.
They're super
It's in a
inside
moment.
jokes. Like
When you see the blooper reels put together, like I hope they release some of my bloopers from SAO.
Yeah,
Because
funny.
there were a lot of bloopers in SAO.
Yeah.
They released some of the Blue Exorcist ones.
Oh god.
Oh my gosh.
Did you see those?
No, I've seen the Durarara one.
The
Those things are like the stuff of legends just because of the stuff with Yuri Lowenthal and
It's funny.
oh god.
Yeah.
Kristen Freeman.
Yeah.
Like the running gag between the two of them is like the best.
I know they were having like. I've heard Steve Bloom is just amazing.
It's like, oh my god, I wish I knew what I was reading.
I know.
So good.
I know Yuri and Crispin like try to top each other. They were like going back and forth with those bloopers.
I got one.
I don't know. Because they happen every day.
Yeah, just the
And
bloopers
most
every
of them
time.
are like stupid inside jokes. Like, when I worked on Blue Exorcist, I was just there for a day, and obviously, you know, the Satan references are gonna be a thing.
Yeah.
Because everybody just likes to be like, you up, Chubb, Satan. I'm like, ha 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 ha. Everybody's funny. But yeah, Alex made that his like text message alert. It's just me saying Satan. So every time he gets a text message, that shows up.
I had a good one in Blue Exorcist. There's one part where Rin is calling Yukio, and I'm like, because and there's one scene, and it's between me and my dad, which is really cool. And my dad plays this big like. I don't know, he's like this funny money dealer guy, and he has like this fake money with his face on it, and he has like this. That scene was just so funny. Like I was laughing, like just watching him like trick Jack with the fake currency and stuff. So that's my like fondest memory of that game. But that was way back in the day. Like to be honest with you, I can't even remember like recording. Like I know I was in there a lot because I have tons of lines in that game, but so long ago I can't even like remember.
It's still a really, really great game, and I still play it on my PS2.
Awesome.
Is it funny when you listen to yourself when you were a kid?
I sound very different.
I know. Because somebody sent me something. They said, here's a file. I think I was like 8. And
Yeah.
I listened to it and I'm like,
Yeah, I know.
I mean, you can tell it's me. Like, it sounds like me, but it just sounds different.
I watched some clips from Trigun. I play Young Vash in Trigun. And that was another one where it's like way back in the day, and I know it's me, but it's just like I hadn't hit puberty yet.
Yeah.
I'm still stuck in middle school with my voice, but I totally hadn't like grown up at all, and it's so funny
That's
hearing
hilarious.
that.
So good.
Like Johnny and Bosch, so I'm like, get that Power Ranger on the phone!
That's a good one.
That was one of my favorite ones.
And then this one's for you, Bryce. This isn't really a question, but a little comment. I like on your website how up in the corner it says Bryce and your health bar.
Yes, you noticed that.
Oh, that's amazing.
I was like, I get that.
I'm
Does the
also
health bar change?
not yet. I'm also a web designer. So I'm starting to redo my website, and I really want to make it like SAOS. So yeah, it'll get
That's
more
so cool.
more improvements soon. All right, we'll work our way this way and then come back.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. For both of you guys, have you guys always wanted to like get into acting? Is that like just what you wanted to do, or is there anything else that maybe you've explored?
That's kind of it.
Yeah.
Like I was doing like laundry detergent commercials in the bathtub.
Oh my
as,
God,
like,
that's
a
so cool.
toddler, which is really awkward. And I told
My
my
major's
mom-
acting, so
Yeah, I told my
I do the
mom
same
I wanted
thing.
to be on Barney as a kid, and that was like my goal. And I was
It's
never on
funny.
Barney. But that's okay. I've gotten to do some other fun things. Yeah, acting is kind of like kind of it. And there's been times where I'm like, this business is really hard. I wonder if I should get out. And then I think to myself, well, what else would you love doing? Would you be fulfilled and love your life? And I mean, I would enjoy the people that I was with and my family and all of that, but I would never feel like I was doing a job that I was so excited about every day. So no, it's kind of it. Somewhere in this business, I would have to be involved in some capacity.
Yeah.
If not acting, then writing or being an agent or working in any as a producer or something like that. But I wouldn't be able to just not be an actor anymore.
My path was a little different. I grew up around voice acting. Both my parents were voice actors.
Awesome.
My dad did a ton of work. He was on Power Rangers. If you look him up, I mean, he was on all sorts of titles.
That's so cool.
Guy Jay.
Can I have your
Guy Jay, he is Jay. Yeah, I can't even remember all the titles that he did because he would just go to work all the time, every day, and then come back like it was just a normal 9 to 5. So I'm still finding titles that he did that, like, I hear his voice, I'm like, oh my God, that's my dad.
That's cool.
It's insane.
That's crazy.
So I kind of grew up around it. I didn't know I wanted to be a voice actor right from the beginning. Actually, I was really into martial arts, and I thought I was going to be a professional fighter. I still teach and train in Muay Thai and Jiu Jitsu, and I thought I was going to be a fighter, and then I got accepted to UCLA, and I'm like, well, I should probably go to UCLA, and then I thought I was going to be a lawyer, and then I found myself back in the booth and started getting hired more and more, and I'm like, I like making voices more than sitting in the law library. I think I'm going to do this. And I've always sort of been around it and have been a voice actor since I was about 8 years old. But just recently, it's been like, this is what I want to do. And this is what I love to do.
Sweet.
Yeah. It's cool. Awesome. That's exactly how I feel.
All right.
So back on an earlier question, you
I
said
do
you like to
taekwondo.
find something to connect the characters.
And jujitsu.
What did you find to connect with Shadocon?
So I liked how the way he kind of jokes with girls and talks to girls. Like, I guess I'm kind of like that too, just like little teasy and little jabs at them. So I mean, that's kind of where I connected with him. Yeah, that's kind of how I am. That's me. So
I'm exactly the same way too.
and that was a dream job, by the way, because I grew up playing Final Fantasy. There you go.
Yeah.
So I didn't know I was working on Final Fantasy right when I started the job because they always use code names for the games. But when I found out and I saw that, I was just like, this is incredible. Like I'm part of something I grew up playing. Like it's amazing.
That is cool.
So yeah, great character, and yeah, that's where we hit it off. All right, back this way.
Are you guys going to get to do any kind of like commentary or like interview reel on the SAO Blu-rays?
We did do interviews.
Yeah, there was a short interview. I think it's coming on the next Blu-ray.
And I did like kind of a comedy blooper thing. They wanted to see like images of us in the booth. And I'm super sarcastic and I like to be weird.
Yes.
So,
yes.
You're at a convention.
Yeah, so
Sarcasm is great.
I don't know if they're gonna put this on the actual DVD, but there's one of me arguing with Bryce's already recorded voice.
Oh, that's great.
Oh,
I do that
wow.
all the time. I yell at you when I'm in the booth.
I guess this is what because I do that all the time too. Like there was one where it's the scene. It's very early on, but Asuna finds him taking a nap, and she tells him to in essence grow up and get back in the. So he cuts her off. But when we were working on this, I was like, guys, can I because it's supposed to be us behind the mic working. I was like, can I make this I'm a crazy diva? Because I never get to do that because it's not okay. But if we're just playing around, can I do that? And they're like, okay. So we started recording it, and he's supposed to cut me off, and so I was like, Bryce, seriously, I am an actor. You are an actor. Please respect me and let me say my line. Seriously, I can't even deal with him right now. I just cannot deal with him right now. Bryce, I can't look at you. Don't stop talking, Bryce. Stop talking. Bryce, I asked you to just listen to me and I can't deal with him. I can't. And then I started crying, and so super elaborate. And it's just me. But I would argue with you anyway. Would you be? I'm like, wow, that was hurtful. It was really hurtful, Bryce. Wow. Way to keep it together.
I'll go long on a line, and then you'll start the next line, and I'll go, oh, I guess I'm not going to finish that. Okay, thanks, Cherami. I won't finish my line. You go ahead.
Clearly what I was going to say isn't important enough for you, so you just take it from here. No, and then when you say, I would like to say when you, there was a couple times where we'd run long on a line, and then Bryce would come in and cut me off, and later on he's like, wait, what? Be like, yeah, maybe if you listened, this would serve you better next time. So let's try listening next time. Okay, Bryce? Thanks. I wish they released those because apparently, just not even context, just us arguing with each other with no reference.
Piece together an argument between us when we go long on takes. That would be great.
That'd be awesome. So apparently, those are bloopers that we do all the time. We just didn't notice. But yeah.
I hope this stuff makes the Blu-ray. We have no idea. We're the last ones to know anything.
I did one serious one, and so I guess. But I was nervous that people are like, if they release this crazy one, everybody's gonna think I'm so mean and so crazy. So I don't know. I did one nice and then one where I yelled at Bryce and then cried.
I have a funny one, which was Alex's ringtone for a while. It's an internet meme also. I did a Ermagan for
Awesome.
as he's attacking.
That's
and it fit perfectly. One of his epic screams, Ermagan!
That's awesome. Well, there's a couple things in the more adult scenes with Asuna and Katie. It's awkward. And so when we're recording it, it's more awkward because either there's no one recorded or there is someone recorded, but most of the time there's no one recorded. The only thing you can do to lighten the mood is just play it up. So there were a lot of bloopers in those scenes because it was just this is so uncomfortable.
I'm sure a lot of mine are too dirty to make.
No, there was the one where they make the ragged rabbit and then Asuna misreads signals and whatever, which is that's every girl's nightmare. But I'm watching that and I think you recorded one where you're whoa, hey, I didn't want to see that. That's so they put that one in there and I was oh, so sad for Asuna. That's so awkward. But yeah, we do things like that.
I think that airs this Saturday, actually.
Oh, the ragged rabbit scene?
Tomorrow.
Yes, tomorrow.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
That is a good one.
And now we can remember what you guys said here.
Yeah, now I don't know. So
I'll be expecting that.
I don't remember how that scene ends. How that episode ends.
You'll have to watch tomorrow.
Well, I will. Watch tomorrow. What time does it air here?
It's
2 a.m.
2 a.m. But that's actually
11 for us.
11
so
for
it's,
us.
it's
That's
early.
better.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Do you guys keep up with it, just out of curiosity? As it comes out, even though you've already probably seen the scene a million times?
Yeah, I mean, I try to. We try to live tweet whenever we can, especially when we're at a convention together.
Yeah.
So we might try to do that this weekend. I don't know. Sometimes, because this is my 11th consecutive convention.
Oh, really?
So for 11 weekends. So there are times where I will stay up and try to watch Sword Art Online. And last weekend, I stayed up as late as I could. And I woke up and I was like, wait, that's my voice. What's happening?
You wake
What am I
yourself
saying?
up?
And I had a weird, like, you know when you're like caught in between sleep and non-sleep? I was like trying to watch the show and I was like, this is my reality? It really screwed with me. I was like, I'm talking to myself. That sounds so much like me. It doesn't look like me. It was weird. And then I woke up in the morning and I was like, God, I had like a weird dream. No, that was my life. That was happening. Okay. Yeah. It's Alexis Tipton always says that to me. She's like, look at your life, look at your choices. I'm like, okay.
All right, keep working our way down. Yeah.
What was it like stepping into the role of Shauna since it had been played previously? How much of yourself did you put into it, and then how much of what
Tabitha St. Germain.
Yeah, what Tabitha St. Germain? How much of that did you try to keep it all, or did you want to put your own twist on it?
Well, it was super intimidating because I think it's similar, like when we do, just when we're taking on a dubbing project and we want to do justice and maintain the integrity of what the Japanese voice actors did, but the fact of the matter is we're not. We're different people. We have different experiences. And if we tried to just do exactly what they did, it would seem like a cheap imitation ripoff. So we have to take a little bit of what they did and the spirit of what they did, combine it with what we have as human beings to work on, and then create a character that hopefully is a blend of that with the cultural changes and inflections and little bitty gems of cultural awareness for an American audience. So for that show, it was super intimidating because I had seen season 1 and I was a big fan of the show, and I actually had found it recently. I had found it very close to when we started auditioning, and I kept asking people, I was like, why is there no season 2? And everybody at Funimation would be like, well, we don't know. And that was, I didn't know that was their way of being like, well, we're gonna get it and we're gonna work on it. And they had contacted the original voice actors, and I think they said, we can't make it down there, our schedules are busy, or, we can't come up there. It was one of those things. So they did have me hear her stuff, and I would watch every day because there was so much pressure. Because I was like, the last thing I want is for people to say, like, not doing her justice, or, we are different. I'm not going to sound exactly like her. I can't. And if I do, it's not going to be Tabitha. It's just not. So I would listen to the Japanese before I would go record. I would listen to Tabitha before I went and recorded, and I tried to say, like, what are the 2 things that these 2 have in common, or what are the things that these 2 have in common? What is something that I have in common with those things? And then what are the little sparks that are unique about all of us? What can we do? And then understanding the character, where she's coming from, her huge pendulum swing of being almost emotionless and all about the job, and like very, very, like, this is the way things go, and then being superhuman and liking a guy and like freaking out about that and not knowing how to handle that. Yeah, and that was a really hard season for me to do, because in the first season and in the movie, she's like super intense and really badass, and she's like a fighter and she gets it, and like all of these emotion things are stupid and she doesn't get it. And in the second season, she like swings to the other side where she's emotional about everything. And then in the third season, it kind of balances out. So having to go through that journey, it was like I kind of felt like I had the training wheels on, and I was trying to find the character and trying to figure it out. And so when we recorded the movie, we actually went back and recorded the first half of the movie again after we'd already recorded it, when we found the character, and he was like, okay, now you're solid in what's Tabitha, what's you, what's the Japanese, and you've put them all together. So Ian was really great. When I was finding the character, there were a couple times where he would be like, do you like that? I was like, no, it's not tough enough, again. And he's like, I thought it was okay. I was like, it wasn't, all right? Again, okay? So that's what we have to do. So it was a very, very pressure-filled situation, because I loved the show. The last thing I wanted to do was for people to say that I screwed it up. And I loved what Tabitha did. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Yeah, it was a great team, and it was fantastic to be able to have the reference and see what she did, and have the challenge of trying to make it similar but different. So
Shauna was one of my all-time favorite series, and I was kind of like, when Funimation got it, I was absolutely thrilled.
Yeah.
And then, just that there was going to be different voice actors it was kind of, you know, well, I don't know.
Yeah.
Definitely watch it subbed, but yeah,
Absolutely.
you guys did a great job.
Awesome. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. We tried really hard. Yes.
So Asuna wasn't the first time you played a sword fighter. You also played Tamaki in Kawazoe and Bamboo Blade.
I did.
How was that playing a character like her who's really like shy and nerdy, but she's also this badass kendo?
I love that. She's one of my favorites. I love the characters that, like, I was recording her and Yoshika from Strike Witches at the same time.
Yes.
And I feel like both of those characters, being as different as they are, one thing that they have in common, which is one of my most favorite things to identify with a character, is they have an immense amount of integrity, and they know what they're supposed to do, and they're not going to cut any corners to get the job done. And I have an immense amount of respect for characters like that. And she's so cute, and she's like such a sweet voice. And I was super shy, and I am super shy. But sometimes I have like a very like vocal exterior, just as like it's like a buffer to protect me from like people knowing too much. So I really identified with that because I was like, I want to be the girl that reads quietly in the library. That's what I always wanted to do, but I wasn't brave enough to do it because I was afraid people would like know too much about me. So it was nice to be able to do that, and kind of like that was a side of me that like not many people had seen, which was awesome. And then she fights all the time, and she's amazing. She's the best, and she's little, like short people. Obviously I identify with that.
Yeah.
It's amazing. 5 feet even.
I mean, like when you do shows like that, where they're very intricate with sports, like how that show is incredibly faithful with your kendo. Do you ever find like when you guys learn something from the show, is that like a bonus to doing the show?
Yeah, no, absolutely. We researched it a lot, and I would love to like take kendo. I mean, I have a katana now, and I'm not going to get into how I have it because it fell into my lap. It chose me, and I want to take classes to learn how to wield it, because the way I acquired it was proof of the fact that I have no knowledge or experience.
Sherry has a sword and she's not afraid to use it.
She's actually terrified to use it.
And she's terrified to use it.
Which is probably worse. Yeah, pretty much. Do what? Yeah.
It shows you.
It did.
Has two?
Do what? No. Do you have 2, Bryce?
2 swords? I need to get a sword. I need to get 2 swords. Made of dragon poop also. One made of dragon poop,
I'm gonna have to
please.
call that woman back, because that's the phone call.
All right.
Perfect.
So we'll go back over here. Yeah.
Actually, this one's for Cherami.
Yes.
I'll continue in a second. Too.
Oh, okay.
You sick.
But be patient. This one's about Bigata HK.
Yeah. I love that show.
When you got a chance, when you were reporting, did you hear Brittany Karbowski's lines?
Yes.
And how was that?
I love it. I think she's brilliant, and I think she's hilarious in that show. When I heard the premise of that show, I thought, I don't know how I feel about working on this show. This is going to be insane. Because like most of the time for fan service shows, they're like ninjas, or they're, you know, it's like under the guise of something else, and this one like lays it out. And then it ends up not being very fan servicey. Does everybody know what the premise of that show is?
I don't know.
Okay.
About
This show, this girl is in high school. It's not my character. I preface it that way.
Okay.
Her
You're
goal,
just the straight one.
yeah, which is fantastic. I love playing it. Her goal is to have sex with 100 guys.
Okay. I like the premise.
See, I heard that and I was like,
some interesting shows.
yeah.
I like.
And I heard
Watch
that
it,
and I was
Bryce,
like,
you'll love it.
no, I honestly feel like it's mandatory. It should be mandatory. Guy watching, nothing really happens. You just see like how awkward girls really are. So like the veil is pulled down. So if you think like girls are like super cool, which we are in some ways, but in other ways we are super awkward. And she is like the queen of being awkward, but she like she says these horrible things. And my character's the one that like gets to say fantastic lines such as like, did you forget to stop by the modesty store on your way out of the womb? Because she's like, she'll just like do things where she's like, there's some guy, she's like, do you want to pop my cherry boy? And he's like, like you would, like I don't know how anybody would respond to that. And my character's just like, She apologizes for being an idiot, let's go! Which is kind of how I would probably be in that situation if I had a friend who was a moron. But yeah, no, I loved working on that show. And Brittany is so hilarious and wacky, and that show is really funny. Laura Woodhull is actually also in that show, and she gets to say things like, I love you, Mr. Bear. And I needed them to play that about like 10 times because I couldn't stop laughing. It was so cute. But yeah, it was an awesome show. I think there's a clip online. It's like, she calls my character F Cup. Because she calls everybody by their bra size. I mean, it's just one of those shows.
Okay.
But like, the premise is like so ridiculous that the way it was written, it doesn't take itself seriously. And there are fan service shows that are, I think, way worse as far as that goes. It's more of a comedy than it is like crazy show, as far as that goes.
Okay.
They totally telegraph it. They take it too far. I can't even take it seriously anymore.
And for Bryce, since you play Asgulmont in Tales and Graces F,
Yes.
did you know anything about the Tales games prior to that?
I didn't actually. That was my first introduction to Tales. And I know there's a lot of games that precede it, and then now there's, what, one or two after?
Xillia came out this year in America. Xillia 2 comes out next year.
Gotcha. Yeah, that was my first exposure, but I'm still playing Graces. Those games are just massive. I'm not anywhere near the end of the game. But yeah, I like RPGs. So
You be for a while.
I know. I always ask everyone who brings me like a copy of their Graces to sign. I'm just like, okay, have you beaten the game? If they're like, yeah, I'm like, how many hours have you logged? And I always get like between 80 and 120 of like hours of gameplay. Yeah, those are long games.
Well, it's a good investment of your money then.
Yeah.
Like,
80 hours? That's like fast.
That is, I know, that's quick to do like all the side quests and everything too, and get like everything. I don't know how they do it. They just marathon it.
Sadly, I don't have a copy of Graces for you to see. all I have is Xillia and Abyss. That's all I have.
How many times you say sadly?
And I have
What's the count now?
and I've beaten neither.
Yeah, they're long games,
that's awesome.
but they're awesome games. All right.
Yes.
It's actually for Bryce.
Okay.
Speaking of RPGs, what was your favorite moment with Jack Russell from Radiata Stories?
That's way back in the day. I think I was like 13 or 14 years old when I recorded that. And recently I pulled up a couple clips of that game.
Many times, but I want to ask it anyways. SAO
If SAO is what?
A video game would we play?
It's a real game, a real VR MMO which you play.
Now the
If we die in the game, do we die in real life? Is that still the rule?
How about actually just casual playing and it doesn't kill you?
Oh, then yeah, totally.
yeah, that would be awesome. I think there'll be games like that in the next, I don't know, 15 years, 10 years, hopefully sooner.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Again, there's that Oculus Rift.
Oculus Rift, yeah, that looks so cool. Has anyone tried that yet? No?
Could it melt your brain?
I don't know about that.
I would want to be like, better make sure that my brain isn't gonna like start pouring out my ears or something like that. I have to double check.
But that would be awesome if there were games like that. I would
That would be
definitely
awesome.
play.
Yeah.
I mean, as long as they don't kill you.
Or melt.
Stuck in this place all over again.
Well then, like an add-on question to that question, how would you actually handle that situation if you were stuck in it? Like trapped in a game with rules like that?
It's spiritual score, of course. Same as you.
I'd cry for a little bit and then try to develop a game plan. Like, especially, the hard thing for me, and this is kind of like, I don't know if this is the best way to go about it, but my concern would be like, wait, I don't get to see my family anymore? And I don't get to see my fiance anymore? And like, that would be my thing. It wouldn't be like, Cherami, you could die. I'd be like, wait, but they're like out here and I'm in here and I'm not like hanging out with them and I don't get to talk to them. That would be the hardest part for me, I think. So I'd try to beat the game to get out of it, but
I'd be thinking about like, how am I going to use the bathroom? I'm gonna grow a sick beard. It's gonna look awesome when I get out of here.
I can't wait to get pictures of my beard. I'm gonna do that video like that guy on YouTube where he hides stuff in his beard and he shaves it off and makes his beard dance.
Stuff
Do you
out
guys
my
know what I'm
beard.
talking about?
Yeah.
So funny. Yes.
Were there any roles that you just didn't like?
No.
I like working.
Yes.
It's
Every
so
voice actor will say that.
difficult to get a job.
Yeah.
Because you're
absolutely.
competing against everyone else who wants that job.
Yep.
And I play a lot of like 15, 16-year-olds, so I compete against men and women sometimes for roles. So it's super difficult to get any sort of
Yeah.
voice acting job or acting job. So I'm happy to work.
I was talking to somebody earlier today and they were talking about having trouble finding a job, and I said it's a blessing and a curse to be in this business because you understand what it's like to be employed one minute, employed the next, and so you're constantly grateful for a job that you have. And when you're not employed, I've had a hard time going, okay, I can take this time to relax because when I am employed, I'm gonna be working like crazy more than likely. Because it literally, when it rains, it pours. When it's raining, like last week, I had like 15 auditions that somebody needed and 4 songs that somebody needed in one day. And I had just gotten back from flying out to LA, and I had recorded all day as soon as I landed. So I really just wanted to sleep. This doesn't happen every day. This doesn't happen even like every other week. This happens like never. So when that does happen, I'm like, yes, work. Okay, this is awesome. Because when I know I have nothing going on, I'm like, oh my gosh, what's wrong with me? What am I gonna do with myself? I can't.
I finish a job and I'm always like, well, that was a great run. It was fun being a voice actor.
Yeah.
Let's see what else I can do.
see.
And then I get hired again. It's like, oh, okay,
Exactly.
everything's cool.
Yeah, totally. Yes.
Okay, so have you guys heard about the Sword Art Online interactive card game that's going on here this weekend?
Oh, I didn't know something was going on this weekend.
Yeah.
This weekend, we're doing an interactive card game going on all 3 days, and we were wondering if you guys want to play.
What do you have to do to
How do you
play?
play?
We can explain to you to play. We actually have the cards and the.
It takes a little bit. But
It'll take like maybe 5 minutes to explain how to play.
Is it new or is it White Schwartz?
Huh?
No,
this is
all
day.
Oh, okay. Awesome.
Whoa. Wait, is this gonna be like the Magic Sorcerer at Disney World?
No.
it's kind of funny because we work there, but no.
Yeah.
No, it's not gonna be like that.
Okay. That sounds really fun.
So basically, we created, there's 45 different cards.
This is totally like that. What are you talking about? That I have to obsess about collecting all of them?
Okay, do you want to see them up close?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't just like tell me about it and then be like, you never get to see them.
So basically,
Oh
you
my gosh.
You have a character, right? Which this is your attack on each direction. That's your top, bottom, left, and right, and so on. And then you have gear, or you have events, and you have gears. The gears affect your players. So say axe, it would.
Oh, take one away.
Yeah.
Add 3.
And then these you can play basically the way it's set up. Say you were playing Bryce, it would be 3 different. You get 3 cards, and 3 cards you put away for like another game or in case you lose. You'd have them face down. You'd have chosen your character. Say let's just set up a random setup with that. Well, so for here, if he attacks from above and you attack from below or something like that, just some random, he'd be 3 or 5, so he'd have 2 against, or you'd have 2 damage down, and he wouldn't damage you.
So I'm losing. Scenario, I'm losing.
This is a good game.
Yeah, but here's the trick with this. If you,
I evade.
Yep, you could, with what that does is
If
you
anyone
would be
else
able
in this room
dodge
wants
from
to
the
be
bottom.
explained how to play, then
But
after the panel,
what
we'll
it
give you
is,
some cards.
since you have more, like, you'd be doing damage to me since you're winning right now,
Okay.
he gets priority to play one of his gears or events
Okay.
to affect the game. And then if he starts winning, you get one, or if he plays both his, you get to play yours.
Okay.
And
You following?
Awesome. Yeah, I think so.
I'm not
Yeah.
the best at explaining
I
it,
know.
but yeah, all of these were actually designed by one of our of our friends who's an art Kirito.
That's amazing.
Very cool.
Yeah, they're all hand designed. No other card games like this.
That's very impressive, you guys. This
So
is
you guys
very
can
cool.
play.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
if we have time this weekend, I'd be
We'll
all
set
about
you guys
it.
up, load up with a booster pack, and
Oh my god.
Sweet.
We have 3 boxes like this.
we have enough cards for 324 people to play.
There was 42, pretty much
Wow.
42. Well,
24.
300 something.
And do you just walk up and challenge people?
Challenge
Basically,
people,
yeah.
yeah.
At most, it takes a minute.
Oh, and do we have any of the, they're gonna need a player card if they.
I'll go get them.
This is totally like
All right, sweet. It's totally like at Disneyland.
Okay, so
Yeah.
can we look at our cards?
Yeah, you can look at your cards.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, and we were actually gonna ask Grace too, because we gathered up a whole bunch of prizes, and they're all SAO, of course, so we were gonna get stuff signed.
Oh, for
Players.
sure. Absolutely.
Definitely, yeah. Definitely. Okay, last question.
Alright.
I just have something I'm gonna get built, so.
Oh, okay. What's happening, man? Good to see you.
Been a while.
Yeah, been a little while. Okay,
So cool.
we'll make this one the last question.
I am an NPC for their game, and this was supposed to be a female Kirito, but it kind of flopped. But can you sign my sword in Kirito's name?
Yes. Yes, I can.
That's insanely cool to do a female Kirito.
Yeah, I like that idea.
I love
see,
that.
I see
Look at the wings.
Kirito.
I do too.
That's awesome.
I actually oversized it, and that's why it's not. And my belts are missing, and a lot of stuff are missing. But
It's so cool though.
I finished this today in my hotel room. Just signed Kirito right here.
As long as you didn't spray paint in your hotel room.
No. If you want, yes, please.
Yeah, they evacuated like I think they said 7,000 people
Yeah,
from
no.
the
This
hotel.
the only thing that I did was add the white
That's amazing.
on there. The spray painting was done at home.
How
Really
cool.
There you go,
Thank you
sign by
so much.
Kirito.
Thank you.
Oh my god.
All right.
Fangirl.
Well, cool hanging out, guys. That was fun. We have an autograph session, I think, in 30 minutes. I don't know where it is, but I'm sure
Upstairs.
upstairs. I haven't been there yet, but yeah.
You can take the stairs that are just down here, and it shoots you right there into the hall.
Awesome. So we're up there in 30 minutes. Come hang out.